Jags Nation. This is the Action Sports Jags postgame show.
Well, you just let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. The Jags season is over, mercifully. Worked out well in the fact that they lost. A win would have pushed them to about like 9 in the draft, so I don't know who would want them to win that game. Not this guy. They lose in overtime. That was the only bad part. We were subject to watch more bonus coverage of our Jaguars. And then, fittingly, the Jags got the ball in overtime, needing a field goal, and couldn't get one first down. And we're faced with a 3rd and 22. And, we threw it well short of the sticks, which is what we do. And the lost season, is over. We should smile. We should be happy. Go to work. This man right here needs to go to work today. Right there. That's the guy. I would have had a release ready right now, immediately. I made him work out the rest of the season. Now I would make the change. Look, it's a results-oriented business. They all know. So there's no, I feel bad. You know, there's Shad Khan. He did attend the game today. He was there taking selfies with the fans. Now do what you need to do, Mr. Khan. Sweep them. Clean it. Start over. Go hire the guy in Detroit. Let's go. Let's get this thing cranked up. Try it again. This didn't work. It hasn't worked. 5-18 in the last 23 games. This game was very irrelevant. The Colts won 26-23. The Jaguar defense remains awful. Jonathan Taylor is going to make it to Canton courtesy of the Jags, much like Derrick Henry is going to make it to Canton courtesy of the Jags. They certainly help their statistics when they play. I've watched Jonathan Taylor. I'll have to look up how many yards Jonathan Taylor has against the Jags, but I've seen him go for over 200. He had 177 today, 177. So here's the deal. This is the postgame show. I'm Hicken. I'm here in Jax. Brent Martineau is in Indy, and he is going to cover Doug Pederson's press conference, probably his last one. Nothing official. The clock starts now. When does it occur? Does it happen tonight? Does it happen tomorrow? We don't know. Tomorrow is Black Monday around the NFL. Trent Baalke also with the team. Will he be swept out as well? We had heard that Shad Khan hadn't attended the last 2 games, the one in Vegas and the home game, but he was there today. Some of you on Twitter have put out on the flight plans that Shad is now flying to Jacksonville, so we all know what that would be, the reason for it. You have to have meetings with these guys, and you have to make a decision one way or the other. Now, I'm sure the decision has been made. Again, if it's me, I got the release ready right now, and because I've already made up my mind. I made up my mind weeks ago. This team is terrible. They're no good. They're better than their record indicates, which is on Doug, but there are too many wastes on the roster, which is on Trent. So to me, and I can't get certain coaches if I keep the GM. I need a coach and a GM. I would hire an EVP as well. Someone to oversee, someone to demand, someone that I can hold as an absentee owner accountable. I think it worked well with Coughlin until it didn't. And we had, obviously, Shad Khan's best year was when he had an EVP. And he's been an owner for 10 years. So that's what I would do. But again, I'm not the owner. He can do whatever he wants. I don't think any of us honestly believe, now some of you at home might, I don't think any of us honestly believe that nothing is going to happen. I think the writing has been on the wall. There are too many clues, like not going to the games, like not talking week to week with the coach and the general manager like he normally does. I just think there are too many clues. So I think that change is inevitable. I think change will happen. And I think that as a Jag fan, you want the Lions to win tonight, which would allow Ben Johnson to interview with the Jaguars this week, at least get the process started and see if you can get him to Jacksonville Does he want the Jacksonville job? All indications are he's very interested in it. There are a lot of good things about this job. I know that's hard to believe. I know that's hard to believe because we've lived it. I've lived it for 30 years. A lot of you have lived it for as long. And we've watched this team every year, except for a handful, be bad. But this is a good job. The owner gives you autonomy. He leaves you alone, okay? No state income tax. It's a small market. The media is a friendly group. It's not that hard to deal with. They'll ask the questions that need to be asked, but it's not bad. Sweep them out. I don't even know, honestly, if Doug Pederson really wants to stay. I mean, he may say he does, but his demeanor tells me I'm not sure that he does. I think he might enjoy going home to Jupiter, putting the ball on the ground, hitting the ball around and not having to deal with it, taking a side job next year with the Chiefs with his buddy Andy Reid or whatever, and going from there. Because, look, here's the thing. Imagine the meeting with Shad Khan. And Shad Khan told us going into the season, well, I know who I want to call plays, referring to Doug Pederson. Doug Pederson call plays? No. So let's say he decides, well, I want to keep you, but you have to get rid of the offensive coordinator. Is Doug going to do that? He didn't do it in Philly. I doubt he'd do it now. So we will wait. We've got eyes on the podium. It will be Doug Pederson's press conference. There's not a lot of Jacksonville media there, so Brent's going to have to carry the show, I think. There's not a lot of guys up there. Didn't make the trip. A couple of the pamphlet guys will be there as well. And they'll ask him some questions, and we'll go from there. And we'll see what happens. They'll fly back. Could meet tonight. Might meet first thing in the morning. But I would say if we don't know anything by the end of tomorrow, we will all be shocked. We will all be shocked. This one seems like a no-brainer. Now, I could sit here and tell you, hey, the Jags went 9-8 and 9-8 in Doug's first 2 years. So, but it's that way they went 9-8 in the second year. They were 8-3. Then they went 1-6 and 4-13. That's 5-19 if I do the math. That's no bueno. So I think because of that, it really wasn't 9-8 and 9-8. It was 9-8 and 8-3, and then a year and a half of just disaster. That's kind of what we've seen. So I think that's kind of where we are with this football team and the organization going forward. And you can hold Doug accountable, and you can hold Trent accountable. And again, one of the reasons why you don't keep Trent, first off, and we looked at the numbers, 38 draft picks. Not a one has made the Pro Bowl. There's been Pro Bowl alternates, okay? And Brian Thomas Jr. will make some Pro Bowls. Had a great year. But not one of his 38 draft picks made a Pro Bowl on their own. That's terrible. Let's hear from Brent Martineau. He just watched it up there in Indy.
I guess an appropriate finish to the Jacksonville Jaguars 2024 campaign here in Indianapolis. One, this game went to overtime. Nobody wants overtime in the season finale when the game doesn't mean much, kind of like a preseason game overtime. But it just added to one of the longest seasons in franchise history, a season where the Jags were pretty much out of the mix by early to mid-November, and everyone was looking forward to this moment. What is next? The other appropriate part of this football game? Well, the Jaguars, another close loss. That's 10 of them now on the season in one-score games. That is a ridiculous number. 3 wins, 10 losses in close games. So 13 out of 17 right there. The Jaguars franchise, Shad Khan, whoever else is in charge, really hopes that number can flip or even out in 2025. And maybe the Jags would be playing for something at this time of year. Now we head to a Doug Pederson news conference. He's meeting with the team right now, potentially for the last time. Still no word from Jags owner Shad Khan or anyone else right now in the future of this coaching staff and this front office. But there's certainly a sense that change is coming in Jacksonville. We'll soon find out. Always on the road with the Jacksonville Jaguars, this time in Indianapolis. Jags lose 26-23 in overtime. I'm Brent Martineau, Action Sports Jags.
Take it. Don't be afraid. You're looking live at the podium. You were gutless, Nick. You were chicken. You should have take that shot. That's the podium where Doug Pederson will meet with the media in just a few minutes, so we'll wait on that. And again, waiting to see what happens with Doug Pederson. 9-8, 9-8, 4-13. Liv, do we know where the Jags are picking as of right now? I mean, it's still some games to be played and such. By the way, New England won, so they lost the first pick. Tennessee gets the number 1 pick. So, see, they'll have to evaluate quarterbacks. Here comes Doug Pederson to the podium, by the way. So let's pick it up right now, and let's listen in.
Yeah, another one-score loss. But it's sort of fitting, for the type of year we had to take it into overtime, get a little extra football, and still lose by a score. So, listen, we have to, obviously, as a team, we have to learn. And we're learning the hard way. But we have to learn how to win. And win these close games like this, because this is what the league is about, and we will, but kind of a fitting way to end our season. Yeah, I mean these are tough moments because it's the last time we're going to be together, as a team taking the field together. Things change now. Right, off season begins and everything begins to change, and you change for the better, and you try to get better, you try to improve. But for the moment, right now, I appreciate every one of those guys in there. They worked their tails off. They worked hard for me. They didn't quit on me. They didn't quit on each other, and they battled to the end. So these are hard moments because there's obviously no more football for this season. I mean, I'll find out this week. It's hard to speculate right now. Emotions are running high, obviously, but I hope that I'm still here. Honestly, I feel like we've got the makings of being a good football team. And our guys our main guys. One, need to get healthy, and then two, we've got to continue to work hard. So. I'm optimistic and hopeful that happens.
Do you think that this could be a quick turnaround in terms of this team being able to get back to where you guys have been over the last couple of years, maybe even more, faster than you would probably think for like the other team?
I mean, I think it kind of has to, honestly. The turnaround has to be quick. It has to be fast, and we got to do it the right way. And that's continuing to work and just build the pieces and put together a strong football team, heading into next year. No, I don't think that. I think obviously we set out with a plan, and then sometimes that gets a little derailed with injury as the season goes, and offensively it affected us. I mean, we missed a lot of our weapons on offense, and quite honestly, it's 2 years in a row, our quarterback hasn't been healthy, and that's something we've got to make sure that he stays healthy, and he will, and he knows that he sees it and understands that. But I think the plan, too, to play some of these young guys that we did, and some of them had to fill in some big shoes. I mean, you look at Jarian, maybe wasn't going to be a penciled starter right away, but he got thrown in there, right away and played a lot. And you can look at Mason and Jordan and all those guys, BT, all those young players just stepping up and playing, because that's what's going to make us a better team moving forward. Playing that many guys.
Where is he in all of that? And going to 2025?
I'm excited. He's excited. He's looking forward, obviously, to the offseason and really, I think overall learning from this year and taking it another step further and getting better himself and getting better as a team. But, I know he's excited and really looking forward to the opportunity to get back out on the field when he can and sort of righting the ship and getting us back on track.
What do you make of just how the team unfolded this season? It seemed like week to week it was confusing almost as to why things were happening. What do you sort of make of that in terms of the confusion as to what's going on?
It's kind of, well, I mean, those are all things that now obviously I get a chance to sit back and obviously take a look at and evaluate. I think that's what needs to take place, and then you can probably put a finger on the whys. And obviously, we're all in it together, so everybody, the accountability is everybody, and we got to look at that. And but those are whatever comes out of that, that's what we got to fix, right? That's what we got to fix moving forward.
Thanks, Coach. Thanks for everything. Appreciate it.
All right, guys.
All right, pretty quick. Doug Pederson did say he wanted to be here, so we'll see what he says going forward and see what happens next as he chats on his way out the door. And we'll wait for Mac Jones, get some player interviews as well. Weren't expecting much, and we didn't get much. And you see how interesting it is. Very few questions, if any, about the game that was just played. It didn't matter. Jags end 4-13. It was like a preseason game out there, right? Didn't matter to Indy. Their fans who went, by the way, braved the snowstorm, booed throughout the game, not happy. They're expecting change there, not with their coach, but I think their GM could be on the hot seat. What do you do with Anthony Richardson? How long are you going to give him to develop? That's what the one thing, man, they draft these kids when they're not ready, and you can't fault Anthony Richardson for taking the money when he did, but he also now is 2 years in. He ended the season on the sidelines again, and the Colts will have some interesting decisions to make going forward. That is a franchise and an organization in disarray, much like our Jaguars. I will say this about our Jags. I'll give Doug Pederson credit for one thing. We just weren't very good, but they played hard. They never mailed it in. You thought they might today. First drive of the day, Colts 3 plays. They go 70 yards in 3 plays. It was 3 passes, touchdown, and it was 7-0 before you could blink. To the Jags' credit, they responded by scoring a touchdown on their opening drive, and that's the first time the Colts had allowed an opening touchdown all season long. So there was, some good things. There's never enough good things with this Jaguars football team. Josh Hines-Allen not playing certainly hurt because it, again, magnified the thing that we've all been screaming about for 2 years, not having another pass rusher. You have Josh Hines-Allen, you have Travon. That's it. It's not good enough. The whole Eric Armstead thing was a disaster, okay? Moving Foye out of his spot was a disaster. The defensive coordinator, Ryan Nielsen, was a disaster. The only defense in the NFL worse than the Jags was Carolina. But Ryan Nielsen was a terrible hire, with all due respect. I mean, it didn't work. We were going to play man defense, and we played zone defense. Whatever defense we played, it didn't matter. It was no good. And we didn't have the right pieces. The pieces that they did move didn't work. And the Jaguars' defense was terrible. But the offense was bad, too. And the offensive coordinator, Press Taylor, has been around here long enough and not gotten near enough results. And today was another evidence of that. How many times in the last 3 years have we watched a 3rd and 1 where we run it up the middle for no gain? It's gotten so old, and it happened again today. So frustration certainly continues for the Jacksonville Jaguars. Now the season ends. It's a business. This is where the business side takes over. Doug and Trent are on the hot seat. They're Their careers may be over as early as tonight or tomorrow. We'll wait and see. But the players have a lot. Brandon Sheriff, is he coming back? What will Mitch Morse do? Does he want to play again next year? I mean, Mitch Morse left Buffalo to come down here as a free agent. And Buffalo is a Super Bowl contender, and we're not. Liv, do you have the draft order? We have the latest draft order for you with games to go today, obviously. We'll pop that up for you here momentarily. But like I said, I believe the Tennessee Titans from the AFC South have the #1 pick in the draft, which I think is good because I'm not sold on any of the quarterback. I'm not sold on Shedeur Sanders or Cam Ward being a big-time player. Here is the current order. And the Cleveland Browns would be second. The New York Football Giants would be third. They need a quarterback. What will Cleveland do? The Patriots have a quarterback, but they could have traded out. If they had lost today, they would have been in control of the board. New England beat Buffalo. And then the Jaguars will pick fifth. We beat the Patriots earlier this year. And so right now we are picking fifth. And that's where the current draft order sits. And I think that's locked in, right? Because all those teams are done. There's nobody else left in the 4 o'clock game. So is there anyone, Liv, with 3 or 4 wins who is still playing? I don't think there is. Oh, yeah, the Jets are playing the Dolphins right now. And the Raiders are playing. That's right. So the Jets and the Raiders are still playing. And how many wins do the Jets have? 4. But the Jets beat us. So, and the Raiders beat us. So therefore, we should be in head-to-head. We should have the 5th pick. So I think that's official. Yeah, I think we're locked in at number 5. I think that is confirmed. So, so we come back out here, and we'll tell you that mercifully, merci beaucoup, if you want me to speak in French, it's over. That's a good thing. Jags lose 26-23. Colts go to 8-9. Jags 4-13. Oh, my goodness gracious. And really, just a terrible division. A terrible division. I expect the Texans to be one and done. The Titans 3-14 in control of the board. We're 4-13. We get the 3rd place schedule. We wait on these two and wonder. The fans are screaming for change. I don't think that fact, you should never let them decide. But can you imagine the reaction if Shad Khan says we're going to run it back with these two guys? Woo! Woo! Oh, my goodness. Here's one bright spot, Cam Little. Good draft pick there, Trent. 6th-round pick. Rookie record for scoring and field goals. So good. And then Mac Jones, God bless him, tries hard, just doesn't have the arm strength to play in the National Football League. I mean, just not accurate on the deep balls at all. And they get behind the chains and they just can't do it. And so I thought the Colts had a terrible game plan against the Jags defensively. Now, the Colts defense has not been very good. Gus Bradley, our old friend, is on the hot seat up there as defensive coordinator. But I mean, you got to blitz Mac Jones and get him off his spot, and then you're in good shape. As a starter here, these are the official numbers, 7 touchdowns, 7 picks. He's a backup in the NFL, gang, and he'll get a backup job. And he'll go compete for a backup spot. He is not a starting quarterback in the NFL. And listen, through no fault of his own, he was a 1st-round pick, and he was picked in New England to replace Tom Brady. And so maybe, Belly thought, I'll coach him up, but even he couldn't do it. And so when we look back at the season, one of the things that annoys me a little bit, and I don't want to let these guys off the hook on this, is, the injuries got us. And yeah, we were real healthy right here, here, and here. And once you get to here and you're 0-4, the season is over. So I can't use injuries as an excuse, maybe down the road, but this is a lost season. That's what our first board said when we came out. Look at who we beat. A terrible Colts team, an awful Patriots team, and the Titans twice. We didn't beat one team with a winning record this year. Not a one. Okay? And the NFL's all about parity. But when you're 0-4, you don't make the playoffs. One team in 35 years has done it, and that was the then San Diego Chargers. So, yeah, that doesn't happen. That doesn't work, okay? So after 0-4, we got the win. We had to sweep in London. We laid an egg against the Bears. I mean, this is with Trevor Lawrence, gang, okay? And then the Patriots, and then we lost to the Packers. That was probably, the Packer game was probably one of our better games of the year. Of course, we lost it. And then the Eagles jumped out on us. We did rally to where Trevor got hurt. Things kind of went awry. 52-6 to Detroit. Don't forget that. When you want to know how far away we are, when they tell you it's a quick fix, 52-6 to Detroit, 47-10 to Buffalo. 52 and 47 is 99. 10 and 6 is 16. Two best teams in the league, arguably, 99-16. That ain't a fluke. We're a long way away. I was watching the Bengals last night, and I was thinking, how would we do if we played the Bengals? The Bengals could name the amount of points they put up on us. So it's just, we're not close. We're not close. And don't be fooled. And there are a lot of guys on the bottom end of this roster who will not be back next year if the new regime comes in, and that's a good thing. And what you'll see is they won't find jobs on other NFL teams. They'll be out of the league. And that's the old Jags. That's the way back when Jags. And that's what we've rebuilt here, in my opinion. Again, just one man's opinion. But it's not been very good. It's not been very good at all. So I think that there's a lot of change coming, but not just in the front office with a new general manager, not just with the coaching staff, but also with that roster. There are a lot of guys who will tell you differently. But going into this year, I felt like they hadn't done enough to improve a 9-8 roster from a year ago that finished 1-6. And in the end, that was proven to be true. And the guys that we got in free agency did not play well for us. They did not play well for us, okay? So that hurt. And then the draft picks are the draft picks. We got one. We got Brian Thomas Jr. and we got a kicker. But you have got to hit home runs in every draft. We had a draft a couple years ago with 13 players. 13 players. Go look at them and tell me which ones are helping you. See, what happens in Jacksonville, because we've been so bad for so long, is we, the media, the fans, the organization gets carried away when a guy makes a play or two. And then he disappears. I'll give you an example. I'm not picking on him. I like him. Ventrell Miller. He had a spurt of about 2 or 3 games, but he wasn't able to sustain. And then what happened to him? He got hurt again. And so best ability is availability. That's number one. He has to learn that. He can't stay on the field. And number 2, you got to be consistent. You got to make plays every week. You got to make 5 winning plays every week, not 3 plays a game and then disappear for 2 weeks. Doug referred to Jarian Jones. He's a guy. He's a guy. We need dogs. We need stars. Brian Thomas Jr. is a star. Brian Thomas Jr. had one of the best rookie campaigns in NFL history. I think his yardage total, 1250-ish, is one of the top. Well, I know it's one of the best in Jags history. I think it's 5th best, maybe. And as a rookie, it's also outstanding. So, and you know what else? I'll tell you this. And there he is, 7 for 103 today, and he didn't really play that well, quite frankly. Ran a wrong route, had a drop or two. But I'll tell you this. He scored a touchdown, and Doug didn't review it. And normally I wouldn't waste a review because you may not get it that early in the game. But here's the problem. It's the last game of the year. It doesn't matter. Review the dadgum play and get your kid a touchdown. It would have been his 11th. I thought that was weak. So anyway, but just another small symptom of what's wrong here in Jacksonville. All right, we're going to go to break. We're going to come back. We're going to hear from Mac Jones. I think I saw Mitch Morse get interviewed as well, and Brian Thomas Jr. This is the Postgame Show. You heard from Doug Pederson, and we'll do more next right here.
Baker Sports is local sports. Uniforms from Pop Warner and Little League to travel ball, high school, and college. They make you look good. They help you play good. Baker Sports has been helping families make memories that will last a lifetime with their Baker's Buckets. We've got a lot of these filled with baseballs and softballs in the garage. I've been throwing batting practice to Ty and Kaylee for years, and also sit on the Baker's Bucket, catching Kaylee while she practices or pitching. Baker Sports is homegrown, and a lot of employees that used to play on local ball fields now work for Baker Sports, now helping you look good, play good, and make memories of your own. Visit Bakersport.com to see what Baker Sports can do for you. Custom apparel, Nike, Under Armour, Adidas, embroidery, screen printing, and more. Baker Sports is local sports. From Jacksonville to anywhere in the Southeast. Bakersport.com.
It's hard to put a price on comfort, especially when you use that comfort on a daily basis. But if we're going to put a price on it, how does the lowest price guaranteed sound? Furniture Source is going to have the biggest brands, whether it's Ashley, Casper, or Tempur-Pedic, and once again, it's going to be the guaranteed lowest price in Jacksonville. Right now, my friends at Furniture Source are going to give you the ultimate hookup because all month long, they're making their inventory wholesale price. Check out their markdowns up to 50% off. And remember, since it's Furniture Source, you're getting the guaranteed lowest prices in Florida or your money back. Don't have the cash on you right now? It's no worry. Shop endless options to suit your style and budget and enjoy 36 months off with no interest financing. Why use your money when you can use theirs? Whether it's beds, couches, tables, or chairs, Furniture Source is going to have exactly what you're looking for. Shop the lowest prices in Jacksonville guaranteed. Find the location nearest you at FurnitureSourceJax.com.
If you don't see a pit, it ain't legit. When you hear that, you think Bono's Pit Barbecue, a staple in Northeast Florida now for 75 years. A place that feels like home with friendly service, a meeting place for friends, family, or business occasions. On the menu, the corn nuggets are a favorite in our house, but there's something for everyone. Sandwiches, platters, salads, sides, desserts, and family feasts. You see Bono's all over the place in Northeast Florida. You know, there are almost 20 locations in the Jacksonville area now, so stop on by, sit down, and dine in with Bono's. You can also take it to go. There are drive-thrus in many of the locations, and they have delivery options too. Just download the Bono's app to make things easy. I signed up for the loyalty program, and you can too, to get special offers. If Jacksonville is home, few things feel more Jacksonville than Bono's Pit Barbecue. Celebrate 75 years and many more to come. Bono's Pit Barbecue. If you don't see a pit, it ain't legit.
For the game day hustle and every day in between. Juggling my show, Jag Social, to going under the Friday night lights and a social life, it's a daily tournament. But this ride, MVP status. The all-new 2024 Lincoln Nautilus isn't just my car, it's my personal locker room, office on the go, and VIP lounge on wheels. Let's talk tech. My profile remembers everything from customizing my dash display to setting the ambient lighting and my signature scent. And wireless charging, essential for live tweeting scores. Whether I'm packing for a beach day with friends or heading to the gym, there's space for every passion. After dominating all day, this becomes my recovery zone. The massage feature is like having a personal PT on call. Life's a non-stop game. But with this ride, I'm always on my A game. The 2024 Lincoln Nautilus. Drive your passion.
You trust CGC to make your water great, and now you can trust CGC with your plumbing needs as well. Fast, convenient scheduling, licensed and insured. A quick call away at 904-552-1242. You never know when you're going to have an issue with a shower, toilet, or maybe it's a sink that sometimes is easy to fix. All right, let's be honest. I'm not fixing anything. I'm totally staging this because when I have a plumbing problem, I call CGC Water Treatment and Plumbing. Trained professionals, transparent pricing, customer satisfaction. Small problem or even a bigger issue. Maybe you need a new tankless water heater or something a bit more intricate. The experts with 25 years of experience at CGC Water Treatment and Plumbing can do it all. Call 904-552-1242 or visit cgcwater.com. Right now, get 10% off any residential job of $500 or more. CGC Water Treatment and Plumbing, an authorized independent Connecticut dealer. Florida license number CFC 1432579.
Jags Nation. This is the Action Sports Jags postgame show.
All right, there goes Tyler Shatley on the road today. Well, last season for Tyler, came back midseason on the practice squad. So, in fact, a lot of respect by the offensive line. Those shirts are Tyler Shatley T-shirts, which are kind of cool. They wore those today. Nice to see the boys paying homage to Tyler, who had a long career with our Jacksonville Jaguars. Dan Hicken here, welcoming you back to the studio. We do have some scores up early. Falcons. Couple things. Carolina's loss eliminates the Falcons. Tampa won anyway, but Tampa was losing most of the game, and the Falcons still, scoreboard watching, couldn't stop Carolina. Bryce Young had a nice comeback. Bryce Young, I don't know if he's an answer. I don't know if he's a franchise quarterback, but he certainly earned another year, okay? Washington took out Jaden Daniels. Marcus Mariota led him to a win over the Dallas Cowboys. Uncool move of the day by Jerry Jones from what I think happened. Jerry Jones, Cooper Rush has played admirably for Dak Prescott. Cooper Rush was slated to make a $500,000 bonus if he played today. Yeah, we're going to go with Trey Lance. Really, Jerry? All that money? You can't pay the kid $500,000 for, helping your team at least fight this year. Bears beat the Packers. So that's a great win for Chicago to end their season. Green Bay's kind of limping into the postseason. Don't have a real good feel for them. Bills, Josh Allen went in for a play to keep his consecutive streak started. They didn't care. Drake May didn't even play much. Joe Milton had a nice game, or at least he did when I was watching. And the Patriots get the win. Patriots are dumb because they lost the number 1 pick with that. It's dumb. I'm sorry. Eagles beat the Giants, and then the Bucs came back and beat the Saints. And Baker Mayfield, they got the ball back late. Baker Mayfield threw it to Mike Evans. When the game's over, all he's got to do is take a knee. But they wanted to get Mike Evans his 11th straight 1,000-yard season, and he caught it, and he got he needed 5 yards. He got like 9 or 10 yards, so that was kind of cool. So that happened. Those are the early scores. And by the way, right now, Denver leads Kansas City 14-0. So bye-bye Cincinnati. Kansas City is going to lay down in this one. And the Bengals have nobody to blame but themselves. And they were 4-8, and you can't fall too far behind. They won their last 5. They won football in December and January, but it's supposed to be meaningful. But for Cincinnati, it's going to end up being meaningless. Also, the Dolphins are winning 3-0 over the Jets, so either of those wins would eliminate the Bengals, who needed help. It ain't going to happen. Their season is going to end, and that's a shame because Joe Burrow in the playoffs is great theater. He should be in the playoffs, and again, don't lose to New England at the beginning of the year. Don't come out of the gate starting so slowly, and don't be 4-8 after 12 games when you're a pretty good football team. So I would be miffed if I was in charge of the Cincinnati Bengals. 9-8 ain't good enough. So anyway, we've got Mitch Morse. Is that correct? As we welcome him back, let's hear from Mitch Morse now, see what he has to say about Doug Pederson, this lost season, and the Jaguars.
I feel like if there's any game that's the epitome of this season, it was this one. I thought guys battled. I thought guys fought today. And listen, there's so much in this season we want back. So many things, you wish you could do differently. So many things we could do differently but there was never a lack of effort. And it could have been early in this season. So I think Coach reiterated the fact that we didn't quit on each other, and that's special. And yes, we're 4-13 this year, but and that leaves a terrible taste in your mouth. But it wasn't all bad in regards to fellowship and camaraderie. And now in this business is about winning, and with that, we understand that you're held to a higher standard. So. Listen, no matter what happens, we'll understand personnel decisions, any decisions that are made, because you have to put a better product on the field. And, fans deserve it. Team deserves it. So, I think all we can do is appreciate that this is the last time that this group of individuals came together. And besides that, nothing else is on our mind tonight except being together on this plane ride home and celebrating just camaraderie.
There will be a lot of guys back on, at least that are under contract. Sure. That's a group that will stay together for the most part, potentially. How hungry will this group be coming off this frustrating season.
No doubt. I think if I'm being candid, we'll need some time just to decompress. And, I mean, you're professionals, and you're prideful. You put the hours, you put the time in. The only finger I can point at is myself. I'd like to put a lot better football out there. So we'll take some time with our families and stuff, and then we'll look intrinsically. We'll look at, you'll point the finger at yourself and see how you can put a better product out for your team and for the organization.
Looked like you played pretty well this year coming over for the first time. You got another one in you? You feel good about that? Want to be back here?
Yeah, I mean, I'm under contract for another year, and I've been around this game long enough to understand that certain things happen, and let the chips fall where they may, and all I can focus on is tonight and being with this group, and then in the next few weeks be with my family and let the chips fall where they may.
What did you see from this group that maybe gives you signs as to why they can turn it around next season?
I think just the fight, like I said earlier, like the guys, we fought, and now we have to carry that over along with execution. Let's just be honest.
All right, that's Mitch Morse and his thoughts as the season ends. He's under contract for next season, so it sounded like he wants to come back. Look, you got to bring back some guys. I mean, but there's going to be a lot of turnover as well. I was looking at the numbers. I think I have the final numbers for BTJ. 87 catches, 1,282 yards, 10 touchdowns. And that's 7 games with Mac Jones. That's a heck of a season for Brian Thomas Jr. Took the Jags a while to figure out that he needs to get the football. And now that they do, they have a true number 1 receiver going forward, so that's a positive. I'm not against adding another receiver, by the way, but 87 catches, 1,282, 10 touchdowns. Christian Kirk should be back. Gabe Davis, I don't know. He's under contract, so I guess you're going to keep him, but we shall see. There's going to be a lot of changes going on around here. Like I said, it's not just the front office, which we think will happen, not just the coaching staff, which we think will happen, but the roster will overturn a great deal, which we know will happen. So do we have Brian Thomas Jr. ready? All right, let's hear from Brian Thomas Jr. now on a lost season, but for him, a welcome to the NFL season that was outstanding.
Kind of went like the season. Another good performance by you, but the wins would be nice to go along with it.
Yeah, definitely. Win would be way better. You'd have a better feeling about how you played. But I mean, I'm just gonna take this time off to get prepared for next season.
What does the totality of this season, playing all 17, doing what you did, mean to you?
I can't.
What does it mean to you to make it through 17 games, to do what you did this rookie year?
Just being able to finish out the season healthy means a lot to me. Just able to, like I said, finish out and be healthy. It's just a great start. Just more to come.
How much work now goes into the off season?
Just want to take a break first, get my body right. Then when it's time to work, then I'll be ready to work. So I'm gonna take this time off for a little bit first, then I'll be back working.
What gives you the thought maybe that this team can be a quick turnaround next year, just in terms of what you saw around the group, how you guys work, whatever it may be? I mean, we had a lot of chances and we had a lot of games that we were in the game and just couldn't finish. I feel like we'll be more prepared and we'll finish and come out on top.
There's going to be a lot of guys coming back next year, at least it appears contractually. How hungry will this team be to flip this thing around?
We'll be super hungry. I know I will be for sure. Just to come around and be better than we were this year. So I know I will be, and I know they will be too. We got a chip on our shoulder. Just gonna come in and do the best that we can do and dominate.
How proud of you of what you did are you this year?
Like I said, I'm super proud of myself. Just being able to come in, play 17 games, and just get better each and every week and finish the season out healthy. So I'm super proud of myself.
Did it feel like a long season? I mean, 17 games, you've only played 12, I think, in college.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, when you love to do something, I mean, you can do it. But I mean, towards the end, I would say it got a little long. But I mean, it's just if you love it, like I said, if you love to do it, you'll push through it. So yeah.
That's Brian Thomas Jr., 87 catches, 1,282 yards, 10 touchdowns. What a terrific season for that young man. Finally, the Jags have a real star, and they need about 10 more of those guys if they want to one day hoist the Lombardi Trophy. And what we've learned from watching Trevor Lawrence through 4 seasons now is he's going to need guys like that around him to help him. And then we're going to need a coach in here who can get the best out of number 16 as well going forward. So that all remains to be seen, too. Listen, we can make all the changes we want. We're married to the young quarterback. The young quarterback has to play better, stay healthy, et cetera. He has a lot to show us going forward. And by the way, reports are congratulations, Trevor. He had his baby daughter last night, or his wife did. So congrats to the Lawrence family on that. All right, let's take a look at the schedule for next year because that's locked in now, third place schedule for the Jaguars. Oh, here we go. A lot of travel, all right? Long trips. Viva Las Vegas. Out to San Francisco. Out to Denver. Out to Arizona. One of these will be in London. Will one of these be in London? I don't know. Cincinnati, and then, of course, the AFC South, and then we'll get the Chiefs here, which will be fun. Wonder if they'll be the 3-time Super Bowl champions. Jim Harbaugh will come visiting. The Rams and John McVay, Patriots, the Jets, the Panthers, the Patriots or the Jets. I see what we got going on here. That's to be determined. And then the AFC South. So which team will be the London game? Well, they won't allow it to be that team. That would be a big gate. But I don't know. They'll have to wait and see which one that they decide. You don't like to give up divisional games at home. Jags ended up 3-3 in the division, which tells you how bad a division is. We won 4 football games this year. So, but, again, today's a perfect example. Not a good football team. Not a good football team at all. So going forward. All right. So we've heard from Brian Thomas Jr. We heard from Mitch Morse. We haven't heard from Mac Jones yet. Let's hear from McCorkle on the loss today.
It's a tough ending to a tough season, but really proud of the guys and the coaches, and just did a good job just trying to finish. The season's sadly been over for a little bit of time here, so we've been fighting, and that's all you can ask for.
What was this like coming back home when you got traded, and what was the experience like now that it's over?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to talking about that tomorrow, and have a chance to do that. But right now I'm just kind of focused on the game, and I do appreciate the people in this organization. It was a tough year, but still fun in its own way, and really appreciate the coaches and the players that I got a chance to play with.
I don't know if you'll be here next year, but what do you see out of the makeup of this group, and how hungry they might be to flip it around?
Yeah, it's a good group. I think on offense we had 6 to 7 guys that were out with injuries, so young guys stepped up for the last half of the season, so that's been impressive. It's always tough in the NFL when you're not getting a lot of reps and you got quarterbacks different and the receivers and tackles, so it was good to see all those guys make plays throughout the year and definitely have a bright future here. So looking forward to watching those guys, and feel like they have a good foundation.
Is there an appreciation from you that this is Trevor's team, but when you came in, these guys kind of embraced you?
For sure, yeah. I think learned a lot from Trevor this year. He's a great leader in person, and for him to obviously get injured was unfortunate, but I do feel like the guys on the team have a lot of respect for me, and hopefully I just earned everyone's respect. That's all I care about, for them to say that was tough and we were in every game, so wish it could have gone the other way sometimes, but I do believe that I put my best foot forward, and so did they.
What do you think you maybe proved to the rest of the league and maybe just to yourself this year with what you're able to accomplish?
Yeah, honestly, I love this game, so I really put a lot of time into it, and so did the people around me. I know the coaches and players felt that this year, whether I was starting or not. Try to be the first guy in and study and learn the offense and learn the people and all that. So I love football. I know that, and eventually it's going to even out and go my way. So I'm looking forward to that, and I'm looking forward to watching these guys grow as well.
Forward to a break?
Yeah, a little bit. Trust me, you want to be in the playoffs, so you can sit there and watch and kind of be sad about it and mad, and it's the last time I want to be sitting and watching. So hopefully, I can learn from that, and once again, just going to cherish the moments with these guys because there's a lot of good guys in this locker room.
What is it going to take for this team to sort of get over the hump?
I'm not sure. I think, like you said, there's some great young pieces and guys under contract, so and coaches too. So I won't really speak on that. Like I said, I'm happy to talk about that tomorrow. But I think for today, just tough ending to a tough year, and once again, got a lot of respect for the guys in this locker room, EQ guys, trainers, everybody. So it's been a long run here, but looking forward to enjoying just the time with my friends that I've made on this team.
It's Mac Jones, who, listen, one thing all these guys say, hey, we played hard, I'm proud of this, proud of that. It's just fine. It's a results-oriented business, so the results weren't there. Change is inevitable for this football team. So we'll see. We'll see coming up how it all goes. We'll see if Shad Khan makes moves tonight. Will he make moves tomorrow morning? We'll be on top of it here at Action News Jax. We'll be covering it every step of the way. Brent, I think, is the only local TV guy up in Indy, I believe. I'm not positive on that, so I probably shouldn't say that, but I think it is. Anyway, one more to hear from Travon Walker, double-digit sacks. I think only the second Jag to ever have double-digit sacks in 2 straight seasons, joining Calais Campbell. He got a sack today, so he finished with 10.5 and was the team leader in sacks. And again, 10.5 and 8 from him and Josh Allen, 18.5 this year. Last year, 27.5. So you see, and we didn't pick up anybody else. We knew this would happen. We knew the reality, and still they did nothing to bring in an edge rusher. It's very frustrating, but nonetheless, Travon had a solid year. He's a good football player. He'll be part of the foundation going forward. Let's hear from him now.
Well, I mean, I guess quick thought about the game, but I mean, it just kind of went the way a lot of the season did.
Absolutely, but one of the main things that like you said, it's been the same way all season, but just seeing the guys all fight to the end, you hear the conversation going on the sideline, everybody just trying to do it for the brother next to him, and that's really how it was on the sideline. So everything was still positive, even though the outcome wasn't how we wanted it.
How hungry will this team be? They got a lot of guys, at least under contract, to come back, but how much will you feed off this disappointment?
We have to feed off of it, obviously, just for the simple fact of for the ones that's been here throughout. I can speak for my 3 seasons. Started off 22, making the playoffs last year, coming down to the last half of the season. That's not handling the winning the success we was having in the beginning of the season, and coming into year 3 is just part of learning how to actually win and finish those close games and the big games that you have to win to advance to the second half of the season. So obviously I feel like that everybody's going to feed off of this energy from this year and carry it over into next season and come back ready to work.
Obviously, you know the way the league works. Who knows if there will be changes. How do you view that as a player?
I just work here. I mean, it's not too much that I don't know what's going on up and on that side of things, so I just do what I have to do on the field, and that'll take care of itself.
Do you think even though 4 wins doesn't kind of feel like growth, that there's still a lot of growth going on, maybe individually, but also team-wise that people don't see?
Most definitely. People always think just growth just comes from the wins. That's not necessarily the case. With the losses, you also have a lot more things that you can learn from, as you can still learn from things in a win, but we definitely took enough L's this year for everybody to know what they need to work on individually and what we need to work on as a collective.
One more for me, at least. What does it mean to you to get to that 10.5, and what kind of season do you think you had?
I think I had a decent season. Kind of started off high. I didn't finish as strong as I wanted to, but obviously registering over 10 sacks again, it really means a lot. That's just what I want to be, that consistent player in the NFL, and that's just a sign of consistency. So we just want to continuously feed off of that.
Why do you think this team was able to stick together? As you mentioned, you guys were so locked in on the sideline today. Why do you think it was that you guys were able to do that?
Because we have a lot of guys on this team that play the game of football for the right reason, not just for the money, accolades. We don't really have any selfish individuals. Everybody come out here, they love the game of football, and they playing for the brother next to them.
All right, that's Travon Walker. The Jags lose in overtime to the Colts, 26-23. And the campaign 4-13, stunning as it may seem, 4-13. Really a lost season for the Jaguars, a lost season for Trevor Lawrence, and perhaps end of a season for Trent Baalke and Doug Pederson. Nothing official yet. We'll see if it all comes down tonight, maybe tomorrow. Tomorrow's Black Monday in the NFL. Coaches lose jobs on Black Monday, and we'll see how it goes. There's already 3 openings, so including the Chicago Bears, who we know are interested in the guy that a lot of people think the Jags should go get, and that's Ben Johnson, the offense coordinator of the Detroit Lions. So we shall see how it all plays out. Don't forget a couple things, couple programming notes for you. We've got tonight, Action Sports Jax Prime Time. We do it twice, 10:30 on Fox 30, 11:30 on CBS 47. Then tomorrow night, we'll be at String Sports Brewery at the Beach. Brent and I will be there. Don't think there'll be any players. And we'll have all the news of the Jacksonville Jaguars from the 2024 campaign. Appreciate you guys hanging out with us on the postgame show throughout the year. It got heated at times. We yelled, we sang, we danced. We're done. The season's over. The Jags are 4-13. Thanks for hanging out with us. Have a good night. We'll see you tonight. Ross Matisic, Pro Bowler. Yeah.
Jags Nation, thanks for watching the Action Sports Jags postgame show.
Baker Sports is local sports. Uniforms from Pop Warner and Little League to travel ball, high school, and college. They make you look good. They help you play good. Baker Sports has been helping families make memories that will last a lifetime with their Baker's Buckets. We've got a lot of these filled with baseballs and softballs in the garage. I've been throwing batting practice to Ty and Kaylee for years, and also sit on the Baker's Bucket, catching Kaylee while she practices her pitching. Baker Sports is homegrown, and a lot of employees that used to play on local ball fields now work for Baker Sports, now helping you look good, play good, and make memories of your own. Visit Bakersport.com to see what Baker Sports can do for you. Custom apparel, Nike, Under Armour, Adidas, embroidery, screen printing, and more. Baker Sports is local sports from Jacksonville to anywhere in the Southeast. Bakersport.com.
It's hard to put a price on comfort, especially when you use that comfort on a daily basis. But if we're going to put a price on it, how does the lowest price guaranteed sound? Furniture Source is going to have the biggest brands, whether it's Ashley, Casper, or Tempur-Pedic, and once again, it's going to be the guaranteed lowest price in Jacksonville. Right now, my friends at Furniture Source are going to give you the ultimate hookup because all month long, they're making their inventory wholesale price. Check out their markdowns up to 50% off. And remember, since it's Furniture Source, you're getting the guaranteed lowest prices in Florida or your money back. Don't have the cash on you right now? It's no worry. Shop endless options to suit your style and budget and enjoy 36 months off with no interest financing. Why use your money when you can use theirs? Whether it's beds, couches, tables, or chairs, Furniture Source is going to have exactly what you're looking for. Shop the lowest prices in Jacksonville guaranteed. Find the location nearest you at FurnitureSourceJacks.com.
If you don't see a pit, it ain't legit. When you hear that, you think Bono's Pit Barbecue, a staple in Northeast Florida now for 75 years. A place that feels like home with friendly service, a meeting place for friends, family, or business occasions. On the menu, the corn nuggets are a favorite in our house, but there's something for everyone. Sandwiches, platters, salads, sides, desserts, and family feasts. You see Bono's all over the place in Northeast Florida. You know, there are almost 20 locations in the Jacksonville area now, so stop on by, sit down, and dine in with Bono's. You can also take it to go. There are drive-thrus in many of the locations, and they have delivery options too. Just download the Bono's app to make things easy. I signed up for the loyalty program, and you can too, to get special offers. If Jacksonville is home, few things feel more Jacksonville than Bono's Pit Barbecue. Celebrate 75 years and many more to come. Bono's Pit Barbecue. If you don't see a pit, it ain't legit.
For the game day hustle and every day in between. Juggling my show, Jag Social, to going under the Friday night lights and a social life, it's a daily tournament. But this ride, MVP status. The all-new 2024 Lincoln Nautilus isn't just my car, it's my personal locker room, office on the go, and VIP lounge on wheels. Let's talk tech. My profile remembers everything from customizing my dash display to setting the ambient lighting and my signature scent. And wireless charging, essential for live tweeting scores. Whether I'm packing for a beach day with friends or heading to the gym, there's space for every passion. After dominating all day, this becomes my recovery zone. The massage feature is like having a personal PT on call. Life's a non-stop game, but with this ride, I'm always on my A game. The 2024 Lincoln Nautilus. Drive your passion.
You trust CGC to make your water great, and now you can trust CGC with your plumbing needs as well. Fast, convenient scheduling, licensed and insured. A quick call away at 904-552-1242. You never know when you're going to have an issue with a shower, toilet, or maybe it's a sink that sometimes is easy to fix. All right, let's be honest. I'm not fixing anything. I'm totally staging this because when I have a plumbing problem, I call CGC Water Treatment and Plumbing. Trained professionals, transparent pricing, customer satisfaction. Small problem or even a bigger issue. Maybe you need a new tankless water heater or something a bit more intricate. The experts with 25 years of experience at CGC Water Treatment and Plumbing can do it all. Call 904-552-1242 or visit cgcwater.com. Right now, get 10% off any residential job of $500 or more. CGC Water Treatment and Plumbing, an authorized independent Connecticut dealer. Florida license number CFC 1432579.